This atomic model suggests about the subatomic particles in it. In Niels Bohr's atomic model, there is in this atomic model, he suggested that the electrons are revolving inside the atom in different shells or the orbitals. This is the positively charged nucleus is there, and around it the negatively charged electrons are revolving in different types of the shell. This is the first shell, which is the orbit. This is the second orbit, this is the third orbit, and this one is the fourth orbit. Right? And he named these orbits as the K, L, M and N orbit. In Niels Bohr's atoms, he suggested that there are the various orbits are there. The first orbit is nothing but the K, the second orbit is L, the third orbit is M, and the fourth orbit is N. These are the orbits inside which the electrons are revolving around it. The first postulate of this Niels Bohr's atomic model is there are the different orbits or the shells present around the nucleus, and which are nothing but the energy levels. त्या ठिकाणी हे जे वेगवेगळे ऑर्बिट्स आहेत या ऑर्बिटला त्यांनी शेल असं पण सांगितलं होतं. कन्सेप्ट ऑफ ऑर्बिट त्यांनी ह्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला दिलेली आहे, विच इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज दी शेल्स. डिफरंट शेल्स आर अराउंड दी न्यूक्लियस ऑफ द एटम. इनसाइड एटम there are the different orbits, and these orbits are nothing but this orbits has the different energies inside it. ह्या orbit मध्ये if these orbits has particular orbit has a particular energy, and if one electron is accommodated in this orbit, that energy will be of that electron. पॉस्ट्युलेटमध्ये त्यांनी काय सांगितलं की ऑर्बिटची कन्सेप्ट त्यांनी त्या ठिकाणी मांडली, अँड दीज ऑर्बिट्स आर नथिंग बट दी एनर्जी लेवल्स ऑर दीज शेल्स. ऑर्बिट इज नथिंग बट दी शेल, अँड दीज शेल्स आर इट हॅज दी इफ one electron is there inside the orbit has the same energy, and this energy is constant. Energy of a orbit is a constant. Orbit energy is the constant. Orbit energy is the constant, and if the electrons inside the orbit has the same energy. It has the same energy. These postulates are given by the Niels Bohr. Again, this orbit K has the less energy, and as the orbits goes on increasing, number of orbit goes on increasing, the orbit L has the more energy than this K orbit. It will have M will have the more energy as compared to these two energy levels or the orbits. M will have the maximum energy as compared to the KLM. When the atom, he again postulate one concept of an electron jump. When he absorbs the energy, it jumps from high energy to when it absorbs the energy, it jumps from the lower energy to the higher energy. ह्या ठिकाणी काय त्यांनी सजेस्ट केलं की जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असणार आहे इफ ते इलेक्ट्रॉन जे आहेत ते एनर्जी लेवल्समध्ये त्या ठिकाणी ते जम्प करू शकतात, एका एनर्जी लेवलमधून ते दुसऱ्या एनर्जी लेवलमध्ये त्या ठिकाणी जाऊ शकतात। जर त्यांनी ॲब्सॉर्ब केली एनर्जी त्या ठिकाणी, इफ इट ॲब्सॉर्ब्स इट विल जम्प टू दी हायर एनर्जी लेवल if it release the energy it will jump to the lower energy level. Such a type of atomic model is suggested by the Niels Bohr. In this model he introduced the concept of the subatomic particles. In this subatomic particles, about the, let us see the atomic structure. In the atomic structure, he explained about the 3 subatomic particles, which are the proton, electron and the neutron. Proton, electron and the neutron. These 3 subatomic particles is suggested by the Niels Bohr in his atomic model. There is existence of these 3 subatomic particles. There are more than 30 plus subatomic particles, but these 3 subatomic particles are mainly important. There are 2 parts of the nucleus, which is the first is the nucleus, and another is he suggested the 2 parts there, and 2 parts. First one is the nucleus. Inside this nucleus there is the proton, which is written as by the symbol P. This is the proton, and there is the another particle which is the neutron, which is given by the small n. In the first part there is the proton and the neutron. These 2 subatomic particles are called as the nucleons. These 2 particles, proton and neutron, is called as the nucleons, and the second one is the extra nuclear part, which consists of the negatively charged electrons. In the extra nuclear part there is the presence of the electrons. These 3 subatomic particles are there, which are the protons, neutrons and electrons. Let us see one by one these particles. Proton is the positively charged particle inside. Let us talk about the proton. Proton is the positively charged particle inside proton is the positively charged particle inside the atom, which has the charge over it is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, which is given by the one element, which is the positive one element, and charge over this proton, which is written as a P. Symbolically it is written as the P, which is the positive charge particle, and it has a charge of plus one element, which is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. The charge of the proton and the charge of the electron are same but the magnitude of this charge is same, but electron has the negative charge over it and the proton has the positive charge over it. The mass of this proton is given by the 1 U, which is not, it is called as the 1 Dalton. This is called as the 1 Dalton, but written as the 1U. लिहिलं कसं जातं 1U असं लिहिलं जातं आणि it is pronounced as 1 Dalton, 1 Dalton, and it is given by the 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 kgs, which is equal to this charge is called this mass is called as the 1 Dalton, which is 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 kgs there, and which is called as the 1 Dalton. This is similar to the atomic mass of the hydrogen, which is similar to the atomic mass of the hydrogen. Hydrogen has one atom of hydrogen has a mass of 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 kgs. Now let us see the second subatomic particle, which is the neutron. Subatomic particle neutron, which is written in the form as a E, written in the form of n, small n. Right? This is the chargeless element inside the this neutron is the chargeless element inside the atom, which has the mass equal to the 1 Dalton, nearly equal to the proton, and which contribute in atomic mass of the atom. Later on we are going to see what is the atomic number and atomic mass. So this element, this subatomic particle is essential to determine the atomic mass of a particular atom. atomic mass एका ॲटमचं पर्टिक्युलर मास त्या ठिकाणी असतं, ते डिसाईड करण्यासाठी या ठिकाणी प्रोटॉन आणि न्यूट्रॉन त्या ठिकाणी लागत असतात. नाव द थर्ड सबॲटॉमिक पार्टिकल इज द इलेक्ट्रॉन. The third subatomic particle is electron. As we know that this electron is negatively charged particle, which is the subatomic particle inside the atom. Third one is the electron, which is written as the E minus. This is the negatively charged particle. This is the negatively charged particle inside the atom, which are revolving around the nucleus. These particles, subatomic particles, revolve around the nucleus in the different energy levels or different shells, which we discussed earlier, which are nothing but the K, L, M, N. In different these different shells has a different energies, and these electrons revolve in that energies, and that will be the energy of that electron. ज्या शेलमध्ये किंवा ज्या ऑर्बिटमध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉन त्या ठिकाणी मूव्ह करत असतात, ती पर्टिक्युलर एनर्जीची शेल असते, अँड ती एनर्जी त्या इलेक्ट्रॉनची त्या ठिकाणी असते, आणि त्या ऑर्बिटमध्ये फिरणाऱ्या प्रत्येक इलेक्ट्रॉनची जी एनर्जी आहे ती सारखीच असते त्या ठिकाणी. हे जे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असतात ते ज्यावेळेस एनर्जी ॲब्सॉर्ब करतात त्यावेळेस ते मोठ्या शेलमध्ये, वरच्या शेलमध्ये, आउटर शेलमध्ये मूव्ह करतात, जम्प करतात, किंवा जर त्यापासून जे एनर्जी रिलीज झाली असेल तर ते खालच्या शेलमध्ये त्या ठिकाणी जम्प मारतात. हे अशी कन्सेप्ट त्या ठिकाणी नील बोहर्सनी त्या ठिकाणी सांगितली, ज्याच्यामध्ये सबॲटॉमिक पार्टिकल्स कोणते होते तर प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन अँड इलेक्ट्रॉन. These electrons, the charge over it is similar to the proton, which is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. This is about the models given by the different scientists, which we discussed is Dalton, another J.J. Thomson, then the Rutherford's model, and the last one is the Bohr's model. This model is accepted because it gives the detailed idea about the stability of the atom. Atom जसं ॲटमची स्टॅबिलिटी ह्या ठिकाणी डिस्कस क्लिअर होते, त्यामुळे दिस मॉडेल इज ॲक्सेप्टेड. नाउ दी नेक्स्ट कन्सेप्ट इज अबाउट दी ॲटॉमिक नंबर